Hey, what's going on? Welcome to today's episode. Today I'm working on a Cadillac cts-v and we're doing the oil pan. Search all over the web, there's no video about it. So I said, why not? Let me try it out, make a video, show you guys how to replace the oil pan gasket or replace your oil pan, whatever you're gonna do. But stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, so first thing you want to do, remove the oil filter, remove the oil out of the oil pan by removing the 15 mil plug that's right there. I already did that, so you can see the filters right here. Then you want to take out these two 13s. There's one right there and one right there that support the transmission to the oil pan. And then you're gonna go around the whole entire oil pan, taking them out, the bolts. And the gasket looks like this. So you have a couple bolts you have to, take out. So. Okay, so what I did, I removed all the bolts around it first while everything's intact, like the subframe or anything. I zip tied that line to this line to keep it out the way so I can get some of the bolts. I did the same thing with this line. I zip tied it down this way to this one so I can get the bolt on top there, and that bracket removed from right there from the oil pan. And it came out already, so. And there's only two bolts that are different than the rest of them, and those are the long ones that go up right there. And now I disconnected that connector for the oil pressure, I believe, or temperature maybe. So next I'm gonna have to remove the motor mount from either, I think I might remove it from that bolt right there, but on the other side you can't get to it because of the steering rack. As you can see, the steering rack's right there. All right, so I removed the bolt that goes from the top to the bottom to the driver's side motor mount, and the nut that holds at the bottom. And then I removed the nut out of the motor mount itself. So I removed that one, and I removed that one from the top. And then on this one, I removed the nut right there. Right there. And now I just jacked up the transmission, and you can see it lifted up off the mount there and off the frame there. So now what I'm doing is I'm removing the 4 bolts, not removing but loosening them so I can slide out the oil pan. All right, so what I did, got it out. What I did, this was not even on. Whoever worked on this car before, it didn't put it through the hole there, the bolt. They just put it on there, like just hanging. I don't know how this guy didn't get in an accident or something. But I removed the bolts on this side and this side, and then I left the ones up front so I can like bring the thing this way so the oil pan can slide out. There's the motor mount that I was talking about earlier, and the other motor mount's up there. Sensor's out, connected for the sensor. Now I just gotta clean up everything, put the new gasket, and torque it down. But there it is. Alright, so to clean this, it's a project, but make sure you clean it right. You don't want it to look like the black stuff right there. You want it to look like this clean surface, because if you don't clean it and you put a new gasket, you have a 80% chance. No, I'm not gonna say 80%, but you're gonna have a chance of like 20% of it leaking again. Make sure you clean this off also. All right, so there you go. You have the clean surface all around. This is what you want to see. Clean surface all around. And then now we're gonna remove the seal, gasket seal, whatever you want to call it, off this, but it's got rivets on both sides that hold it in place. So I'm gonna remove those next. You gotta drill them out and then remove that, and then we're gonna clean off the whole oil pan. And then, yeah, it's pretty dirty. So stay tuned. All right, so I cleaned up the oil pan. Looks decent. It used to be disgusting. Now it looks like an oil pan. So now I have to install it. And our clean surface up there, just gotta clean that oil that leaked overnight and put the new one on. Alright, okay, so this is the new gasket. I zip tied one inside one of the holes so I can just put it in there and don't have any problems moving it around. It stays in place, and I'll put a couple bolts in, and then I'll cut them out and pull them out. So that's one of the ways to keep it, you know, in place so you can work properly. You gotta put some RTV on here, on each corner, and up there where it meets the metal, and here to right there, so you don't get any leaks. That's people make that mistake. Now we're gonna pop the oil pan back on, torque it down, and let it sit for a while to make it the silicone dry, and then we'll start it up. Put some oil on, start it up. All right, so we torqued all the bolts to 18 foot-pounds, and then this little bolt right here, this one and this one, they go to 106 inch-pounds. That's about 8 foot-pounds. So we tighten all of them up, and then we put the steering shaft back on, the one that I showed you guys that was out of there. Now it's secured, not like the other people that worked on it that had it all loose. Then I put the 4 bolts back on, all 4 corners. Make sure that we're tight. I put the motor mounts back on there and there, and I'm just waiting on it to dry from the silicone I put on there, so I can put some oil, start it up, and then let it rip. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was my first time doing this job, but it was not bad. So put your mind into it, and you'll get wherever you want to go. Never stop trying. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell button so you can get updated videos. I'm always doing something different. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Peace.